Imagine an HR employee trying to find leave policies, only to be hit by a massive, unreadable wall of plain text. It feels super mechanical, right? Just incredibly frustrating. Well, as Copilot Studio developers, our goal is to transform that clunky experience into something highly polished and interactive. For your AB 620 exam, understanding exactly how to deliver these rich agent responses using adaptive cards is a core requirement. Let's get right into it.
Think of an agent response kind of like writing an important email to a client. You wouldn't just send a massive, dense block of unformatted text, right? Technically, before we even touch adaptive cards, Copilot Studio offers a built-in formatting toolbar right there on the standard message node. You can easily add bolding, throw in some lists, and even insert runtime variables to personalize the output, like dropping in the system user display name. For your AB 620 prep, remember that this built-in node is your absolute first, zero-code line of defense for making text actually scannable.
Giving someone a map is almost always better than just reading them directions, right? And you can absolutely add images and videos directly into your message notes. But there is a really strict technical constraint here that you need to memorize. Your agent can only use publicly hosted URLs. It literally cannot reach internal SharePoint files unless anonymous link sharing is enabled or you are using a service like Azure Blob Storage. Also, when you're adding multiple images, you got to choose the display format. It's either going to be a scrollable carousel where users swipe through one at a time, or a stacked list where they can compare all the options at once. So think about the difference between a waiter casually suggesting the daily special versus a checkout system demanding you pick a payment method before you can actually buy anything. In Copilot Studio, that is exactly the difference between quick replies and a question node. Quick replies are these tappable suggestion buttons that gently guide users, but hey, they are totally optional. A question node, on the other hand, strictly constrains the user. It absolutely will not advance the conversation until a valid answer is provided. Make sure you memorize this distinction because it is a highly testable concept for the AB 620 exam. Okay, so text, images, and quick replies are a fantastic start. But what if you need to display something way more complex, like a detailed leave balance with labeled side-by-side data points? Upgrading to an adaptive card is honestly like moving from a messy sticky note to a professionally printed ID badge. Informational adaptive cards solve this structured data problem by letting you define a visually rich, super scannable layout. And the beautiful part? You get to use a visual drag-and-drop designer. Behind the scenes, Copilot Studio is doing the heavy lifting, generating the valid JSON code for you. For the exam, just know that you get a perfectly structured, cross-platform card with absolutely no manual JSON coding required for the basic layout. Building a card is just like organizing your desk with trays and folders. The designer uses layout elements to actually structure your data. A container groups everything together, while a column set lets you arrange data side by side. Maybe placing an image on the left and a text block on the right. But listen, keep in mind a critical architectural design rule for your exam: limit each card to 3 to 5 data points. If you try to cram everything in there, especially for your mobile users, they are just going to get overwhelmed and read nothing. Instead of painting a permanent number on a scoreboard, you want a digital display that updates live, right? Well, that is exactly what PowerFX binding does. Instead of hard-coding a static number, like, say, a user's PTO balance, you use PowerFX to bind runtime topic variables directly to the card fields. So when the HR agent queries the database, the card instantly displays that fresh, completely accurate data at runtime. Now, presenting dynamic data is incredibly powerful. But how do we actually collect multiple pieces of information without forcing the poor user through 4 separate, tedious question turns? Imagine handing a customer a single, simple form to fill out, rather than making them answer 4 separate questions while standing at a service counter. This brilliantly illustrates the Ask with Adaptive Card note. For the AB 620 exam, you really need to understand that this specific node transforms a standard display card into an interactive form. It allows the agent to gather all required fields in a single, highly efficient conversation turn. It is a total game changer. You build this interactive form by dragging specific input elements right onto your canvas. It is really like assembling a toolkit with the exact right instruments: a calendar picker for dates, a drop-down for choices, or a text box for a written reason. For your exam, you absolutely need to know these element types: input.text, input.number, input.date, and input.choice set. Crucially, you can mark these specific fields as required directly in the Properties panel. That ensures the form simply cannot be submitted half-empty. But hey, without a mailbox, your beautifully written letter goes absolutely nowhere, right?
Every interactive card needs an action.submit button. When the user clicks this button, it packages up all their inputs and sends them right back to the agent. A major best practice here is to define descriptive IDs using camel case, where the first word is lowercase and the next is capitalized, like start date or leave type. Doing this keeps your downstream logic clean and super easy to manage.
But what happens if the user just walks away from the counter without handing back the form? This brings us to a major AB620 pitfall that you want to avoid. If a user closes the adaptive card without clicking Submit, Copilot Studio is going to generate empty variables. Because of this, you must always add a condition node right after your card to check if the data actually exists. This gracefully handles those scenarios where the user dismisses the form, allowing you to route them to a branch that maybe asks if they want to restart rather than just breaking your entire agent flow. All right, let's talk about our deployment strategy. You now have a perfectly designed interactive form. But there is a serious architectural risk that it might break completely once it leaves the safety of your test environment. Think of this kind of like trying to play a brand new video game on a 10-year-old console. The hardware just doesn't understand the new code. In Copilot Studio architecture, adaptive cards use schema versions. Different channels like Microsoft Teams or a custom web chat actually support different maximum schemas. This means a card packed with fancy new features might just silently fail on an older channel.
Now, this schema support table is absolutely critical for your AB620 exam. You need to memorize this. Microsoft Teams and Omnichannel Live Chat cap out at schema version 1.5. The web channel supports version 1.6, but it actually strips out certain actions. Bottom line, if you push a 1.6 feature to Teams, it will break.
So do you build a highly customized car for every different type of road, or just one reliable vehicle that drives perfectly everywhere? When you are deploying across multiple channels, the architectural best practice is option 1, stick strictly to version 1.5 features for all your cards. While you could use complex channel detection logic, limiting your design to version 1.5 guarantees predictable rendering everywhere. Plus, it significantly reduces your maintenance overhead. You wouldn't ever trust a bridge without driving over it yourself, right? For your deployment strategy, never trust the test pane alone. The test pane uses the version 1.6 web engine, so a card might look totally flawless there, but fail entirely in Teams. Always verify the JSON version property at the top of your code and test directly in the target client before you consider your design complete. Like a good safety net, how do you make sure the user still has a soft landing? Think about it. What happens when your perfect design meets an unsupported channel? Whether you are using rich, interactive, adaptive cards or simple, quick replies, always ask yourself how your agent will gracefully degrade if a channel abruptly strips away your formatting. Ensuring your users always have a clear path forward, regardless of their platform, well, that is the true hallmark of a professional Copilot Studio deployment.